Good morning, all the students. Once again, I welcome all of you for the fourth lecture of kinematics of machinery. So, in the previous three lectures, we have discussed, we have learned, we have studied about kinematic link, type of constraint motions, kinematic pair, kinematic chain, mechanism, machine, structure. And also in the last lecture, we have studied about inversion of mechanism, the method of obtaining different mechanisms, as many as number of links which are present in that kinematic chain by fixing different links. Then types of kinematic chain: 4-bar chain, single slider crank chain, and double slider crank chain. So last time we had discussed about the 4-bar chain and Greshoff's law, which is applicable to 4-bar chain. Also we have studied the inversions of 4-bar chain. Today we will see single slider crank chain mechanism. So single slider crank chain mechanism, it is just modification of 4-bar chain. In 4-bar chain, it consists of 4 turning pairs. The points A, B, C, D, the pin joints which form 4 turning pairs. But in slider crank chain, it consists of 3 turning pairs and 1 sliding pair. And this motion, what happens here? Here we can see this figure. Link number 2 and link number 3 which forms turning pair. Link number 2 and link number 1 which forms another turning pair. Link number 3 and link number 4 forms turning pair, but link number 4 and 1 which forms sliding pair. Okay. Here link number 1 and 2 turning pair, link number 2 and 3 turning pair, link number 3 and 4 turning pair, link number 4 and 1 sliding pair. Now here we can see animated figure, 3 joints. Okay, crank rotates about the frame, turning pair, connecting rod and crank, turning pair, connecting rod and that slider, turning pair, and slider, that is a block which is having a reciprocating motion inside that cylinder or fixed link, that is sliding pair. So this type of mechanism which is used to convert rotary motion into reciprocating motion or reciprocating motion into rotary motion. So which is used in this basic type of mechanism, it is used in automobiles, IC engines. Okay, now here we will see the inversions of this single slider crank chain mechanism. So first inversion is what? Slotted link or link 1, that is a cylinder or frame, is fixed. So that is a basic type of single slider crank chain mechanism. Rotary motion is converted into reciprocating motion and reciprocating motion is converted into rotary motion. This is used in automobiles. Second inversion is what, which is important. Link number 2 is fixed. Now here we can see this configuration. Link number 2 is fixed. So link number 3 connecting rod acts as a crank. At the end of the connecting rod, the slider is attached. So when the link 3 rotates, so now here link 3 makes complete revolution. So link 3 rotates, the slider having a reciprocating motion inside the link 1. Then link 1 which can having a motion about that pivot point. Okay, because here cylinder is not fixed. Okay, now the application of this inversion is Whitworth quick return mechanism. So here we can see Whitworth quick return mechanism. Now here the link number 2, that is a crank, is fixed. So link number 3 connecting rod act as a driving crank. So at end of the driving crank, that slider is attached. And link number which is slotted bar or slotted plate, which is called as cylinder. Okay, so link number 3 is rotates, that slotted. So inside the slotted bar, slider is having reciprocating motion. So it causes to rotate or to move that particular slotted link. Okay, now here when that driving crank rotates from AC dash to AC double dash, so it turns to an angle theta. Okay, what happens here? The extension link 5 which transmitted the motion of this mechanism to the ram which carries the tool. So function of tool is to remove the material from the workpiece. So this type of mechanism is used in shaper machine and milling machines. Okay, so what happens here? When the crank turns through an angle theta from AC dash to AC double dash, so that ram or cutting tool moves from F dash to F double dash, and when the crank moves from AC double dash to AC dash, then that cutting tool return back to the initial position from F double dash to F dash. So what happens here? Here F dash to F double dash is the cutting stroke. During this time, that cutting tool removes the material from the workpiece, and return stroke, that is a ideal stroke. During that time, that cutting tool doesn't remove any material. Okay, so here this particular inversion, when the crank is fixed, this type of inversion is used in case of Whitworth quick return mechanism. And then let us see why this mechanism is called as quick return mechanism. Because here we consider theta, it is the angle turned by the crank for the cutting stroke, phi it is the angle turned by the crank for the return stroke, omega it is the angular speed of that crank. We know that t is the time. Angular displacement to time, it is called as angular velocity. So omega is equal to theta upon t, and omega is equal to also phi upon t. So t is equal to what? Theta upon omega, that is equation 1 when we consider cutting stroke, and t is equal to phi upon omega when we consider the return stroke. So equation 1 divided by equation 2, that is time for cutting stroke divided by time for return stroke, is equal to what? We'll get omega get cancelled, theta upon omega, and theta upon phi. Phi it is total angle 360 degree minus theta. So theta is always greater than 180 degree. Therefore, that ratio is always greater than 1, because time for cutting stroke is always greater than time for return stroke, because return stroke is an ideal stroke. So from this geometry of the mechanism, here we can say that this is a quick return mechanism, because return stroke which is having a quick motion as compared to cutting stroke. Third inversion is what? When the connecting rod is fixed. When the connecting rod is fixed, link to act as a crank, and link to, at the end of the link 2, link 4 is attached, that is slider is attached. The slider which is reciprocal inside cylinder, cylinder is not fixed, cylinder is having a oscillatory motion. So there are two types of application here. Oscillating cylinder engine. Now here we can see when the connecting rod is fixed, crank having a rotary motion, the crank is connected to the slider, slider is rotates, reciprocal inside that cylinder, cylinder is not fixed, which is having a oscillatory motion about that pivoted point. We can see here in the steam engine animated figure now, that is this third inversion. Crank is rotated, it is connected to that slider which is having reciprocating motion, at the same time that cylinder which is having oscillatory motion. So this is oscillating cylinder engine. Now the second example application is crank and slotted lever mechanism. Here link number 3 connecting rod is fixed, link number 2 which act as a crank, which is connected to the slider, then link number 2 makes complete revolution, and link number that is actually here link number 1 is mentioned, but it is a slider which is having reciprocating motion, slotted bar. The slotted bar is not fixed, which is having a oscillatory motion about point B, and the extension link 5 is attached to this mechanism. It transmitted this motion to that ram which having a cutting tool, so which removes the material. So we can see here the animated figure, that is a crank makes complete revolution, and that slotted bar or cylinder which is having oscillatory motion, and that motion transmitted to the ram which carries the cutting tool. Okay, and the last inversion is fourth inversion, that is piston or cylinder slider is fixed. So what happens here? Here we can see link number 2 act as a crank, link number 3 connecting rod, link number 1 that is a slotted plate, and link number 4 which is fixed and which is rigidly attached to the cylinder. So cylinder to act as a plunger, that is a vertically reciprocating cylinder. So link number 2 which is having a rotary motion about point O, link number 3 which is having a motion about its pivoted point, and during that time link number 1 which is having a reciprocating motion. So this mechanism which is used in hand pump. Okay, hand pump, I think you have seen in the villages, hand pump which is used to convey that fluid from one place to another. It is a manually operated pump, that is a handle, link 2 act as a handle which is having a motion about that pivoted point, link 3 which is having a motion, and link 1 that is the plunge cylinder, that is the which is having a vertically reciprocating motion. Okay, So these are the inversions of single slider crank-chain mechanism. So next time, in the next lecture, we will see the inversions of double slider crank-chain mechanism. Thank you very much.